Greetings all, it's March 21st, 2023. Uh, I want to talk about something that has been showing up a lot in conversations and in readings I've been doing lately. As I mentioned when I was talking to Velvet, and thank you very much, Velvet, for your time and for being such a wonderful person. But in that conversation, I mentioned that a lot of people I'm doing readings for have strong psychic indicators in their natal charts. And this is expressed in varying degrees. Some people have just had a lot of spontaneous experiences, and other people are utilizing those abilities more consciously and intentionally. So that's one thing. But often people who have innate psychic abilities or openings also have had a lot of experiences where they are influenced by factors and people and situations outside of themselves because they are more psychically open and sensitive. So it's been a fairly significant theme in our discussions where I point to pragmatic practices, spiritual practices, and discipline in order to ground, to clear, and protect. Because people who are more psychically open really need to do that. It's almost essential. Now, I have had my own experiences along these lines for many years. I've had psychic experiences from when I was a young child. And especially if you're going through like a Neptune transit, and I did a whole video on that, we can become extremely sensitive to what's going on around us, to the point where some people don't leave their homes. I've seen that happen quite a few times. And what I want to say here, because again, it's a theme, is that I strongly encourage people to, like I said, engage in a routine and a practice to manage those energies. You have free will, and you can employ your free will with a little bit of concentration and focus. So a lot of people don't like, the word discipline, but but in my experience, and it came up in the conversation with Velvet too, it's critical for managing your energy. So in the same way, if you go out and you eat junk food all the time, you're going to feel like crap. We have to have a regimen around our energy. Now, this probably applies to everybody, but it's going to vary depending on how energetically sensitive you are. Very early on in my channel, I put up some little rituals for energetic clearing and protection. The recordings are terrible because back then I think I was just using my phone. They're terrible recordings, but I did versions which explain what's happening, and then I did other versions with just the verbiage alone, which people can follow along with. And I even went so far as to make transcripts. So it's all right there. You can go and access it. And what I recommend is that if people, like, sometimes people can manifest symptoms that can appear to be like a physical illness or something. But when you clear your energy, you may find that some of those issues lessen or completely go away. Because because what happens to us energetically affects our physical being. People don't really seem to understand this. So I'm going to put some links to those little rituals, or you can call them ceremonies or whatever. If for some reason the word rituals bothers you, it doesn't bother me. And I would suggest that people do those like every day for a week and see what happens. Now, if you notice that you feel different and better, keep doing it. And once you've memorized them, you can do them in just a few minutes. Like I will do them throughout the day at times if I notice my energy shifts. Like, for example, there have been occasions where I suddenly noticed that I was in a kind of crappy mood. And then I would stop and go like, why am I in a crappy mood? And I would do a little clearing and I would just feel a whoosh. And then suddenly I'd feel totally different. So, can't recommend this enough. I'm putting this out there again because so many people are having issues like this. And with the veils coming down, which is happening right now, I believe more people are going to be starting to experience this. So historically, we have had health regimens, and we know what happens if we, if you go on a drinking binge for 5 days, you're going to feel like crap, right? Like, so we know these things, but we don't understand how to work with our energy field and our aura and stuff like that. So what I'm proposing, what I'm suggesting here is really simple. It is literally part of my daily routine and has been for many years. Now, I also have some more advanced techniques that I will not put online because they require a lot of context. They're not to be used indiscriminately. I'm just not going to do that. So I hope this is helpful. Again, I'm just putting it out there because it's come up over and over and over recently, and I want to be of service. We need to start changing the way we think. We are not just physical beings. We are energetic beings. Like, drill that into your head. Like, start thinking differently about reality. And even the people that you interact with have an effect on you and your environment, your house, your property, where you live, all that stuff. Like, don't kid yourself. Like, you can mitigate it and you can learn how to clear yourself and stuff like that. But there might just be circumstances that you need to change if you want to feel better. I'm not suggesting that everyone start getting in a panic and moving, but honestly, we need to start, like, every place on the planet has a different energy. Like, it's just, this comes kind of naturally to me because I've been dealing with this stuff for so long. And I was even aware of it when I was young, actually. So, yeah, it matters and it makes a huge difference. It can change your life. Anyway, I thought this would be helpful. And now I can just point people to this little video when it comes up again. So there you go. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being nice and kind and welcoming Velvet and acknowledging her, and for all your comments. And we're just at the cusp of this amazing change. Today is the Aries new moon. And then in a couple days, Pluto's in Aquarius. So the energy's really going to shift. And it's going to start moving forward again. So all the best. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.